Hello everybody! Welcome back to our channel. Today we're here with another story. It is called Pete the Cat and the Easter Basket Bandit by Kimberly and James Dean. Let's begin! One Easter morning, Pete the cat discovers his Easter basket is missing. Where is my Easter basket? He asks. Pete looks everywhere. It's not here or there. It's not anywhere. Then Pete spots a bright blue dot on the floor. It's a jelly bean, Pete's favorite. Pete finds another, then another, and another. It's a whole trail of colorful jelly beans.
7, 8.
Says Pete. I wonder if these will lead to my basket. Pete follows the jelly beans down the street and around the corner to Callie's house. Callie, have you seen my Easter basket? Pete asks. No, says Callie, but I see a trail of candy eggs. Let's follow it, says Pete. Pete and Callie followed the candy eggs through the yard and across a field to Alligator's house. Alligator, have you seen Pete's Easter basket? Asks Callie. I haven't, says Alligator, but look at this trail of marshmallow chicks. We should see where it goes, says Pete. Pete and Callie and Alligator follow the marshmallow chicks around the pond to Gus's house. Hello! Gus, have you seen Pete's Easter basket? Asks Alligator. It's not here, says Gus, but there are all these lollipops on the ground. It's a lollipop trail, says Callie. Let's follow it. So Pete and Callie and Alligator and Gus follow the lollipops out the door and up the path to Turtle's house. Turtle, have you seen Pete's Easter basket? Asks Gus. No, says Turtle. But look, there are a bunch of chocolate bunnies leading that way. Let's go! Everyone shouts. Pete and Callie and Alligator and Gus and Turtle follow the chocolate bunny trail to the playground. It goes under the swings and down the slide and around the monkey bars to a colorful little house in the garden. It looks like the trail ends here, says Turtle. But before Pete can knock, the door swings open and everyone gasps. It's the Easter Bunny! Easter Bunny, have you seen my Easter basket? Asks Pete. The Easter Bunny looks sad. Yes, he says, I have it. Every year I deliver all the Easter baskets, but I never get one of my own, so I borrowed yours. The Easter Bunny sniffles. I was going to bring it back soon. I'm very sorry, Pete. Pete smiles and hugs the Easter Bunny. That's okay, says Pete. I understand. Then Pete has a great idea. He puts some of his candy in an empty basket. He asks Callie and Alligator and Gus and Turtle to all add candy from their baskets too. Soon, the new basket is bursting with treats. Pete hands the basket to the Easter Bunny. Happy Easter, Pete says. This one is just for you. The Easter Bunny is so happy. Thank you so much, everyone, he says. he gleefully eats a jelly bean from his first ever Easter basket. Pete and his friend promise to make the Easter Bunny a basket every year from now on. Sharing is the sweetest gift of all. Pete the Cat, Five Little Bunnies by Kimberly and James Dean.
Yeah, so let's
begin.
One night,
Pete was babysitting.
bunny sitting.
Bunny sitting 5 little bunnies when all of a sudden
What happened?
5 little bunnies hopping on the bed. One fell off and
bumped
his head. Pete called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more bunnies hopping on the bed." 4 little bunnies hopping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Pete called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more bunnies hopping on the bed."
Did the Pete listen? No, 'cause
3 little bunnies hopping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Pete called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more bunnies hopping on the bed."
And did the Pete listen on the bunnies?
Nope.
'Cause
2 little bunnies hopping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Pete called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more bunnies hopping on the bed."
did they listen?
No.
No, because
1 little bunny hopping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Pete called the doctor and the doctor said, "Put those bunnies straight to bed."
and
So Pete and the 5 little bunnies hopped right into bed. Pete the Cat, Big Easter Adventure by Kimberly and James Dean. Let's begin. Pete was excited. Easter was here. He couldn't wait for his basket of goodies. Jelly beans were his favorite. Uh-oh, his basket was empty except for a note. "Pete, please help. Find the eggs, paint the eggs, hide the eggs. Thanks, the Easter Bunny. P.S. Where are these?" Pete put on the bunny ears and thought, "A cat with ears like a bunny? Now that's funny." "Happy Easter, chickens! Do you have any eggs today?" Pete asked. "I am helping the Easter Bunny." "Sure, Pete, we have a lot of eggs," the chicken said. "We are happy to help. But don't you need a bunny nose and a fluffy bunny tail?" The chickens were right. A bunny nose and tail would be neat. Then Pete's costume would be complete. Pete put on the nose and tail like a bunny's. A cat dressed up like a bunny? Now that's funny. Now Pete was ready. It was getting late and he still had a lot of eggs to decorate. What colors would Pete use? Hop, hop, hop. Off to the tool shed for paint and brushes. Pete couldn't wait to paint the eggs. Some eggs had 1 color. Some eggs had 2. Some eggs were red and some eggs were blue. When the egg painting was done, Pete had a basket full of bright, colorful, amazing eggs. Now hiding them would be lots of fun. But where, oh where, would Pete hide the eggs? Around the neighborhood for all his friends to find. Pete hid eggs in flower pots. he hid them in the water spout. And when he was done hiding the eggs, Pete the cow was all worn out. Helping others out is what Easter is all about, Pete said. Pete's job was done. He was hiding the last one when the Easter Bunny arrived.
Hello.
Great job, Pete. You were a big help, said the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny gave Pete an award for a job well done. Yay! Helping others can be lots of fun. Happy Easter, everybody! The end. So we hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!